Hello friends, I am Venu. In this video, we are going to cover BHEL Executive Trainee Finance 2019 question paper. BHEL CBT exam is considered as one of the toughest papers due to two parameters. One is paper is more tough. We need to cover every part of the subject, and the second one is time constraint. BHEL paper consists of 240 questions which we need to solve in 150 minutes. And on average, each question need to be solved in 37.5 seconds. Due to this, cutoff is considerably less. For general it is 139.75, EWS 84.25, OBC 118.75, SC 95.5 and ST 545.5. Let's get into the details. Before that, pattern of the BHEL paper is 240 questions. Out of 240, 120 questions from core, means our subject knowledge, and remaining 120 questions from non-core, which consists of 50 questions from reasoning, 20 questions from general knowledge, and 50 questions from general English. So in this core 120 questions, 30 questions in a session will be discussed. So total 4 sessions will be taken for core area. Let's get into the details. First one, under customs law, for determining the rate of exchange for converting tariff value, transaction value of imported goods into Indian rupees, the date relevant shall be the date of filing the bill of entry. As per section 14 subsection 1 of the Customs Act 1962, rate of exchange for converting tariff value or transaction value of imported goods shall be the date of filing of the bill of entry, and for exported goods it should be the bill of export. Second one, Perry financed a motorcycle to Sejal, unregistered person, on 1st July 2018 for 90,000. On failure to repay the installments, Ranvijay took repossession of the motorcycle on 1st December 2018. The motorcycle was sold by Ranvijay on 5th April 2019 for 75,000. Calculate the taxable value of supply under GST Act. This is the new and kind of depth question. This question is based on purchase value of goods repossessed from the defaulting borrower. As per Rule 32 of CGST Rules 2017, if the buyer is unregistered only, we need to reduce the amount. If buyer is registered, then entire liability should be borne by the lender itself. So what provision is telling? Purchase value equals purchase price in the hands of such borrower should be reduced by 5% per quarter or part of quarter from the date of purchase to till the date of disposal. So here date of purchase 1st July 2018 and date of disposal 5th April 2019. So how many quarters? July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So part of quarter also considered as full quarter. So 4 quarters into 5% should be reduced by 5% per quarter. So 20%. 90,000 should be reduced by 20%. 18,000. So it should be 72,000. But he disposed for 75,000. So difference between 75,000 and 72,000 will be considered as the taxable value. So 3,000 is the answer. Futura Limited had the following items under the head reserves and surplus in the balance sheet on 31st March 2018. Securities premium 80 lakhs, capital reserve 60 lakhs, general reserve 90 lakhs. Company had accumulated loss of 250 lakhs on the same date, which it has disclosed under the head statement of profit and loss as an asset side of the balance sheet, minus 250, so with negative of 20. So options. Reserves and surplus should be shown credit of 140 lakhs and accumulated loss should be adjusted with general reserves and should be shown as asset of 160 lakhs. Wrong. Reserves and surplus should be shown credit of 90 lakhs and accumulated losses should be adjusted with securities premium and capital reserve should be shown as asset of 110 lakhs. Wrong. Reserves and surplus should be shown as negative 20 lakhs. As per schedule 3, this third option is right answer. Fourth question. As per the company's cost records and audit rules 2014, the different class of companies engaged in the production of goods or providing services having an overall turnover from all its products and services of rupees 35 crore or more during the immediate preceding financial year shall be required to include cost records in their books of account. Which, as per which rule is asking? This is as per rule 3. Any regulated sector or non-regulated sector, the overall total turnover from goods or services exceeds 35 crore, they should maintain the cost records. So answer B, 2. Fifth one. RG Private Limited provide the following particulars relating to goods sold by it to JK Private Limited. So he's asking taxable supply. So list price of goods exclusive of tax and discounts 5 lakhs. So here list price should not include CGST, SGST and UTGST. It might be included any local taxes levied by the local government or local authority. So municipal taxes should be added 50,000. CGST, SGST should not be added. Packing charges should be added 10,000. RG Private Limited received 20,000 as a subsidy from NGO. Here's important point. Any subsidy received from central government or state government should not be included. Any subsidy related linked to prices and received from other than central government or state government should be included. So this 20,000 received from NGO, which is on sale of such goods, which is linked to price, so 20,000 should be added. And RG Private Limited offers 2% discount on the list price of the goods, which is recorded in the invoice for the goods. So any discount included in the invoice or separately mentioned in the invoice should be deducted, which shall not be added in taxable supply. So 2% on list price of 5 lakhs, 2% on 5 lakhs is equal to 10,000. So 5,80,000 minus 10,000. So 5,70,000 is the answer. As per section 5, computation of available surplus of payment of Bonus Act 1965, the available surplus in respect of any accounting year shall be gross profit for the year after deducting therefrom the sums referred to in section 6. Direct question. Calculate the amount of actual sales when profit is 20,000, break-even point 50,000 and fixed cost is 25,000. Here this question from marginal costing. Here given break-even point 50,000 and fixed cost 25,000, profit is 20,000. He is asking actual sales how much. So contribution equals to fixed cost plus profit. So here profit 20,000, fixed cost 25,000. So contribution 45,000. So break-even point 50,000. Formula for break-even point: fixed cost by PV ratio. Fixed cost by PV ratio. So BEP equals to fixed cost by PV ratio. So PV ratio equals to 25,000 by 50,000 into 100. So PV ratio should be 50%. So contribution 45,000, which is equal to 50%. So for 100% it is 90,000. So contribution 45,000 divided by PV ratio 50%. So 90,000 is the answer. A sum of 10 lakhs is received from an insurance company in respect of a claim for loss of goods in transit costing 8 lakhs. The amount is credited to the purchase account. As an auditor, what should be the right treatment out of the following given options? The amount should be included in the closing stock? No. The amount should be credited into the sales account and should not be reduced from the purchase account? No. Crediting the amount to the purchase account is the right move? No. A separate disclosure must be given in the statement of profit or loss account under an appropriate. Fourth option is the right. Next. The managing director, Raj Udyog Limited, other than government company, is a public company, himself wants to appoint Ganpati a practicing chartered accountant as first auditor of the company, which is in contravention of the section 139(6) of the Companies Act 2013. So this question is based on first auditors. So any company other than government company should appoint its first auditor within 30 days from the date of incorporation by the board of directors. If board of directors fails to appoint, then members shall convene extraordinary general meeting and appoint first auditor within 90 days. But here first auditor by board within 30 days. Option 4. Batch costing is a type of job costing. It's a direct question. A secured creditor may enforce any security interest created in his favor without the intervention of dash as per section 13(1) any court or tribunal as per Surface Act. As per Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013, guarantee is to be shown under the head of it's a contingent liability. In two consecutive periods, sales and profits were 1,60,000 and 8,000 respectively. In the first period, 1,80,000 and 14,000 respectively. During the second period, first period 1,60,000 and 8,000, second period 1,80,000 and 14,000. 80,000 14,000. So there is no change in fixed cost between two periods. So PV ratio must be change in profit by change in sales. So change in profit 14 minus 8 6,000, change in sales 20,000. So 30%. Easy question. Now appeal to High Court under section 260A of Income Tax Act 1961 shall be filed within dash days from the date on which the order appealed against is received by the assessee or the principal chief commissioner or principal commissioner or commissioner within 120 days from the date on which order appealed against is received by the assessee. So option 4. As per section 63 of the Companies Act 2013, a company cannot issue fully paid up bonus shares to its members out of debenture redemption reserves because it is a specific fund reserve only created to redeem the debentures. So we cannot issue fully paid bonus shares from the debenture redemption reserve account. Calculate the machine hour rate for a machine from the following information. Cost of the machine. This is a big question. We need to solve it in 37.5 seconds. So some question saves time and some question consumes time. So we need to be fast. Cost of the machine 90,000. Other charges 10,000. So cost of the machine total 1 lakh. Here working life is 10 years and working hours 2,000 per year. So for 10 years it is 20,000 hours divided by 20,000. So 5 rupees per hour. Put it aside. And repair charges 50% of depreciation. So depreciation how much? 1 lakh by 10 years. 10,000 per year for 10 years. So it is 1 lakh means 50%. So 50,000 repairs. 50,000 repairs by total hours 20,000. 50,000 by 20,000. It is 2.5. Put aside. Already 5 put aside and 2.5 put aside. Next. Power 10 units per hour. 10 paise per unit. So it is per hour it is 1 rupee. Put aside. Already we put 5, 2.5 and 1. Next. Lubricant oil 2 per day for 8 hours. 2 divided by 8. 0.25. Put aside. Consumable stores 10 per a day of 8 hours. 10 by 8. 1.25. Put aside. Wages of operator 4 per day. 4 per 8 hours. 4 divided by 8. 0.25. So sum up all those. So it should be 10.5. During the year 2015, Action China Limited held 4 meetings of the Board of Directors on 2nd January 2015. So Board of Directors shall convene its board meeting within 30 days from the incorporation first meeting, and any 2 meetings should not be more than 120 days. So here 1st January the first meeting. So second meeting should be within 120 days. February, March, April, May. It should be on or before 2nd May, but it is actually held on 10th May. So it's a violation of board meetings under section 173. As per dash of the company's cost or records and audit rules 2014, every company under these rules, including all units and branches thereof, shall, in respect of each of its financial year commencing, is required to maintain cost records in Forms Area 1. So as per Rule 5, companies cost records and audit rules 2014, every company under these rules. So Rule 5 prescribes CRA 1 form. Rule 3 describes the turnover limit to maintain the cost audit books. See the difference here. Question number 19 means dash means the insurance of part of one insurer's risk by another insurer who accept the risk for a mutually acceptable premium as per section 216B of the Insurance Act. It's reinsurance. Direct question. Sham has taken a loan of rupees 5 lakhs for construction of property on 1st October 2017. Interest was payable at the rate 10% per annum. The construction was completed on 30th June 2018. No principal payment has been made up to 31st March 2019. Compute the interest on section 224B. So here, as preconditions, house should be constructed within 5 years and interest shall be allowed on accrual basis. Even though our repayment schedule has not been commenced, deduction shall be allowed on accrual basis, and any pre-construction interest shall be allowable in 5 equal installments. So what is pre-construction period here? From the date of loan till the construction was complete, immediately preceding year in which construction was completed. So it should be 31st June 2018. So 1st October pre-construction period, 1st October 2017 to 31st March 2017. So it is 6 months. So 5 lakhs into 10%, 6 months. It is 25,000. This 25,000 equally allowable in 5 installments. So 5,000 per year from assessment year 1920. So financial year 18 to 19. So actual interest 5 lakhs into 10%. So this amount 50,000 and pre-construction interest 5,000. So total 55,000. Option 2. Which of the following is not a model of corporate governance? Russian model. There is no model for corporate governance in the name of Russian model. 22nd. Investing activities are the acquisition and disposal of dash long-term assets and other investments not included in cash equivalents as per accounting standard 3 cash flow statements. Saini received retrenchment compensation of rupees 10 lakhs after 30 years and 4 months of service. At the time of retrenchment, he was drawing a basic salary of 20,000 per month and DNS allowance of 6,000 per month. Calculate his taxable retrenchment compensation for assessment year 1920 under Income Tax Act 1961. Here, section retrenchment compensation section is 1010B. So every formula is actual retrenchment compensation received and statutory limit of 5 lakhs and 15/26 into average 3 months of salary, last drawn salary, and every 6 months or more than 6 months considered as full year. So 15/26 into how many years of service? Yes, 30 years of service into, so last drawn 3 months salary. Here salary means basic plus DA, so 26,000. So it is 4,50,000. Exemption is 4,50,000. So 3. Actual compensation received 10 lakhs and statutory is 5 lakh. limit 5 lakhs and actual compensation as per the calculation 4,50,000, whichever is less means 4,50,000 should be allowable. But here compensation we have received 10 lakhs, so 10 lakhs minus 4.5 lakhs, 5.5 lakhs shall be taxable. Sohan Lal, a known smuggler, was caught when transferring funds for illegal export of narcotic drugs from India to some countries in Africa. State the maximum punishment that can be awarded to him under proviso to Section 4 of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Usually imprisonment from 3 to 7 years, but when one involved in narcotic drugs, then that imprisonment shall be extendable to 10 years. So 3 to 10 years. Option 3 is right. Dash consists of evaluation of financial information made by a study of plausible relationships among both financial and non-financial data. Analytical procedures. Option 2. Accounting standard 24 deals with discontinuing operations. This is old AS. Now in every PSC exam they are asking new Ind AS along with the provisions in new Ind AS, so we should update. So 27. A firm has paid 7,50,000 as remuneration to its partners for the previous year 2018-19 in accordance with its partnership deed, and it has a book profit of rupees 10 lakhs. What is the amount of remuneration allowable as per section 40B5? So here a principle, here a formula for allowable remuneration under section 40B. So first 3 lakh of book profit, 90% or 1,50,000, whichever is higher. So first 3 lakhs, 90% means 3 lakhs into 90%. So it is 2.7 lakhs. And remaining, so total 10 lakhs book profit now. So balance 7 lakhs book profit. 7 lakhs into unbalance, it is 60%. So total 6,90,000 shall be allowable under section 40B. But firm has paid 7,50,000. So 6,90,000 minus 7,50,000. So 60,000 shall be disallowed under section 40B. Standard time allowed for a job is 20 hours at a rate of 2 per hour. Actual time taken by a worker 15 hours. Calculate the effective wage rate per hour under Halsey plan. So under Halsey plan, time wages plus will get 50% of time saving as bonus. So there is no need to by head the formula. So here standard hours 20 hours and actual hours 15 hours. So time saved is 5 hours. So 2 hours, 2 rupees per hour. So it is 10 rupees. On this 50% only our reward. So 10% into 10 rupees into 50%. So 5 rupees our bonus. Time wages 15 hours into 2. So it is 30. 30 plus bonus 5 hours. So total 35 rupees. Within how many hours he had completed? 15 hours. So 35 by 15. 2.3 the answer. Option 4. Variable cost is 80% of sales and margin of safety is 40%. What is amount of fixed cost if sales are 2 lakhs? So sales are 2 lakhs and variable cost 80% means 1,60,000. Contribution 2 lakhs minus 1,60,000 is 40,000. So margin of safety equals, formula for margin of safety, profit by PV ratio. PV ratio equals margin of safety into profit. So here profit percentage given. No, profit not given. Margin of safety percentage given 40% into PV ratio given 20%. So it is 8%. Profit is equal to 8% on sales. So profit 2 lakhs into 8%. So 16,000 is profit. We know that sales minus variable cost equals contribution and fixed cost plus profit equals contribution. We know contribution 20,000, 40,000, contribution 40,000 and profit 16,000. So it is easy to compute fixed cost. Fixed cost equals contribution minus profit. Contribution 40,000 minus profit 16,000. So answer is 24,000. Calculate the amount of profit or loss to be transferred to the profit and loss account from the following information. It's a pure IPSS question. Contract price 20 lakhs, cost incurred 11 lakh 20,000, cash received 10 lakh 80,000, works not certified 1 lakh 20,000, deduction from bills by way of security deposit 10%. So here security deposit 10%, which is refundable after some time. So cash received 10 lakh 80,000. From this we need to compute work certified. So cash received 10 lakh 80,000 divided by 90%, which is equals to work certified. So 12 lakh, work certified 12 lakhs. So notional profit equals to work certified 12 lakhs plus work not certified 1 lakh 20,000 minus cost incurred so far 11 lakhs 20,000. 11 lakh 20,000. So notional profit 2 lakhs. So now we compute the percentage of completion. Percentage of work certified. Okay, work certified 12 lakhs divided by contract price 20 lakhs. So percentage of work certified is 60, which is above 50%. So in a formula more than 50%, formula is 2 by third into notional profit of 2 lakhs into cash received by work certified. So cash received 10 lakh 80,000 by work certified 12 lakhs. So it is 1 lakh 20,000. 1 lakh 20,000. Thank you. Session 1 completed. Session 2 will be uploaded soon. Thank you all. Please do watch and share. Please subscribe to our channel for more PSU papers discussions. Thank you.